Deputies in Alabama raced to save a 1-year-old who allegedly was overdosing on fentanyl.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. How long has she been down? How long has she been down? 30 minutes. Okay, everybody back up.
Body cam video shows the response. When a Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy finds the little girl sprawled out on the floor, he tries to look for a pulse. Then he administers Narcan, a nasal spray to revive people overdosing on opioids.
Come on, baby. Come here.
It worked to wake the child up, but she was then rushed to the hospital where authorities say she was stabilized.
Yeah, a dramatic uptick on both aspects, really. New data shows that more than 700 people died just in Oklahoma alone last year. That is due to fentanyl, or at least related to fentanyl. It's why leaders are increasing access to things like Narcan to try to curb some of those overdoses. But at the same time, arrests and seizures are also up.
Welcome to another episode of Community Convo, the Uno Show. Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 918, the real Black Wall Street. And I'm in this thing, and we're going to keep this shit real, and it's going to get even realer. So leave your feelings on the sideline, because some of you niggas and some of you females going to be in y'all feelings this time. But I got to say it. Get off the drugs, bruh. Fentanyl, bruh. Like, nigga, if that shit, like, you know you can die doing this shit, bro. So you can't love yourself. If you do fentanyl, and it came from me, nigga, I'm saying it. If you do fentanyl, James Appleberry has said, he has spoken. Uno, C has spoken. If you're doing fentanyl, you don't love yourself because you know you can die from that shit. So you can't, if you don't love yourself, you can't love the next motherfucker. You can't love the next person in life. I don't know no kind of other way to put this shit. This shit is sad, bro. That it's young people in here, in the world, that know this shit can kill them, kill you dead. And you still gonna do this shit? Like, you can, over there ain't nobody there with you. You like, fuck it, I wanna go buy some fentanyl and I'm gonna get high. But I know, shit, if I do too much, I might not get up. But it ain't nobody here with me. And you say you love yourself, you love your kids, you love your family, you love people that you know. Nigga, you don't love your motherfucking self. Straight the fuck up, nigga. If you do a drug that you know you can die from doing, and it don't take that much. If you do fentanyl, don't do it. Please, please stop it. We need to do some shit like in Amsterdam and give them weed and all that other shit, pure drugs. They giving out heroin and all kind of shit out down there because they don't want people dying on this goddamn fentanyl. So I just want to talk today and be real. I ain't talking no shit. I'm not popping no shit. I'm just going to just try to keep it all the way nutritious, all the way 100, all the way real, bro. Like, people out here losing family members. People out here losing kids because family members or grandkids, little nieces and nephews and shit, because family members that's young on this shit is falling asleep high on that shit and leaving that shit sitting out on their kids, 2 and 3-year-old kids, children is getting a hold of this shit, dying because of this shit, bro. So if you involved in selling that shit, you fucked up. You're a fucked up individual. If you putting that shit in people drugs and they don't know it's in there and they don't want that shit, you doing that shit, you fucked up. If you selling that shit, you gotta be fucked up, bro. Or you want to be a killer and you scared to kill in real life. But it ain't about all that bullshit. It's about this shit gotta stop somewhere. Like, we gotta wake up. Nigga, we can't even come together and wake up because motherfuckers is falling asleep on fentanyl forever. And I know a young man, Lil said, just seen the youngster a day or two before he fucking died on the shit. And my little cousin was telling him, nigga, don't be doing that shit, woo, woo, woo. Then 2 days, a day later, they doing that shit anyway, and boom, he died on the couch and never woke up. So, fell asleep, dozed out, whatever, but he never got up. Just seen this youngster 2 3 days, 1 or 2 days before this, not even 3 days, not 72 whole hours, nigga, probably 48, probably not even that. Then he died in the same apartment that the little homie died in, Baby J, over the same shit. Like, and then we call ourselves homies and brothers and shit, and no niggas is doing this shit and ain't gonna say shit to them. Niggas need to go to court. If you're a gang member and your homies is doing fentanyl, you need to take them niggas to court, since that's what y'all want to live and do and all this shit. That shit is no good for the community. That shit is no good for you. That shit is no good for your children. That shit is no good to be around your people, your children. None of that shit, bro. And that backdoor and shit, that shit ain't cool either. It ain't, I don't know when that shit got popular. Going behind your homies' backs, hating on them to the next bride, and trying to hit his bride or baby mama. That snake shit. These are snake fucked up activities. Red flags for real niggas and real women out here. Motherfuckers that know they do fentanyl and want it. One red flag, the biggest motherfucking red flag, because you can die fucking with a motherfucker like that. They accidentally give you some of that shit. 2, the backdoor shit. All that word fake ass, I'm smiling your face but try to rob you later shit. That shit is whack as fuck, bro. So you don't love yourself if you're doing fentanyl. You can't keep it real with you yourself. You can't keep it real with people around you. So if you a snake and you playing, giggling in motherfuckers' faces and trying to find out what they got or what they got going on just to try to backdoor them, that shit is whack. That you fake. You not real. You're not a real person. I don't care woman or man or child. You're not real, bro. That shit ain't real. That shit ain't authentic. That shit ain't genuine. That shit ain't 100. That shit ain't what it is, bro. Like, nigga, karma, the universe gonna make you pay. And might not be you. It might be somebody in your family that you love. It might be a motherfucker that you just really love. It might be one of your children or something. So y'all gotta quit playing these stupid ass games, bro. This shit is real deeper than what y'all think. And if we don't wake up and motherfuckers stay asleep, then we gonna stay out here fucked up. People living off the bullshit with the government. People begging, people doing this, people that shit, bro. If we can snap out of the bullshit and wake up, nigga, we can take over. Because you got niggas out here that's really pushing lines, making moves, building and doing shit, but they don't know who to trust or who to fuck with because this motherfuckers so fucked up. Motherfuckers is on drugs and disloyal. Fuck love, nigga. Show me loyalty. Cause loyalty is some real shit. Love is what they say is a feeling, nigga. I don't. That's love shit. Motherfucker have love for you, or it's different kind of. It's levels to love and different kind of loves. It's only one loyalty. You can have love for a motherfucker as a friend, love for a motherfucker as a brother or sister, love for another person because of another reason or whatever. Or you can just love shit a person could do for you or do for you. So you have to understand loyalty is fucking everything. Loyalty is everything. Because with loyalty, it's only one loyalty. You have to stand on the shit. You have to stand on your business. You have to keep it a dollar. You have to keep it real with yourself. Be loyal to yourself first. And then you can spread the love. You have to understand what's going on with yourself. You have to understand what's going on in the world. You have to know how the world works. You have to know how money works in the world. Numbers. Everything go by numbers. So if we can snap out the bullshit and stop doing all these exotic ass drugs with fentanyl in them or fentanyl drugs, and the niggas that is selling it, stop selling that shit to your people. If you gonna sell that shit, sell it to somebody else. Don't sell it to your own people.
What are some reasons
So,
people get strung out, or why do people pop pills? What do you think the reason is?
some people be depressed. They don't know how to take it. Some people don't. Family, they done did something in their family. Their family don't fuck with them really, and they don't got shit to turn to, nobody to turn to, or some it just make them feel a certain way, or it's just help them cope with whatever they going through at that time. Just like alcohol, just like shit. If they wouldn't have said marijuana was a medicine, they would have said that shit about weed. Oh, that's just a drug for you to woo woo. But that's just like psychedelic drugs, anxiety medicine, all that shit. They got it in a goddamn pharmacy. They making this shit. The government was making these pills with opioids in them. Opium ain't nothing but shit, poppy. That's in the Aztec Mountains. That's what they were smoking. Peyote. That shit is opiate. That shit make you hallucinate and all that shit. So they take the natural shit and they synthetic. They made a synthetic version of it to help you cope with whatever you think is wrong with you. Then that shit was so strong, people started getting strung out on that shit, needing it. Their body was having to have it. Just like fentanyl, that ain't nothing but synthetic heroin. That shit is in real medications. The pharmacy makes that shit. Pharmaceutical technicians that make pills and shit, they know how much fentanyl to put in the medications. These niggas don't know how to measure that shit out. But fentanyl is in real medicine that you get from your doctor. That shit is a real pain medicine. That shit is real. It's a real pain aid. It's a real pain management drug that they use in the pharmaceuticals. But at the same time, now they got the cartels shit that because they used to have the distributors over here, the people that made the fentanyl. The factories was over here. Then America sold the factories to other countries. So they making it. So now they mixing it with drugs and putting that shit, stretching their shit out because the war on drugs, the war on the cartel, all that shit, the border wars and all that. But a lot of people I feel like the reason people get strung out on pharmaceutical drugs, street drugs, any kind of drug that they know you can kill you because if you take too many pills, the doctor can prescribe you some pills. If you take too many of them motherfuckers, you can die because it has fentanyl in it. So I feel like people get strung out because they don't went to the doctor about some shit. Because a lot of people, they'll try to go talk their problems out. They got family and children services in every state. They got other things in every different state. You know what I'm saying? They got, I mean, all the shit we got out here, DHS, they got that shit in other states. The family and children, they got that shit in other states. So they got places that try to help you. Now, family and children, they really try not to give you no narcotic drugs. But if you're too really fucked up, for real, they don't have a choice. And then, are you going to see another doctor? And boom, they give you these pills for your anxiety or whatever. Now, these pills got something in them to help you cope or to feel like your anxiety is under control and down, you know what I'm saying? It do something to your nervous system because we all have chemicals in our bodies. It's chemicals and it's a chemical balance thing.
You said it was made in China?
Nah, fentanyl.
Yeah.
No, I said it used to be made in the U.S. and then they sold the companies to other countries.
I want to share something
Like
with you.
Mexico. I think Mexico got it. I think China might be one of them. It's other countries that they sold the fentanyl companies that was making the fentanyl too.
I wanted to share with you something I was looking at, and it says currently China remains the primary source of fentanyl and fentanyl-related substances trafficked through international mail and express consignment operations environment, as well as the main source of all fentanyl-related substances trafficked into the United States. So they saying the shit is from China trafficking to the United States.
Yeah, because they got all the money and all the what's the name, so they probably did buy. They probably was the first country that bought some of the fentanyl production companies out of America
I mean, I say that
because we was
because
out.
it's opioid, right?
Yes, opioid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, so forgive me for my lack of knowledge. But opioids was what, the poppy seed? Didn't that come from China?
Well, like back in the day, what they show you, like that's what the Aztec Indians used to be smoking in the tent when they hallucinate and talking to the spirits, and they used to be in the tent smoking the peace pipe, and they say it's peyote. It was poppy seeds. That should make you hallucinate. So
What's the
that's why
shit?
like Rastafari.
What's the shit that they put in? What is it? It may be crack or cocaine. One of them motherfuckers they get from a seed over there, or from something over there in China or one of them countries. They get it from somewhere over there and they bring it over here. Cause when I watched the original Black Panther movie, there's a scene where they go over there. They use the brother in the army to use the airplanes, and they bring the shit back. They fly back over here, but they go to
Yeah,
China.
like over there, they got opioid, they got opium too. They got like this the heroin for the heroin. That's what That's what Frank Lucas, when he was fucking with the army and all that shit, and he was having that shit from Korea and China and all that shit over there. That's what it was. It was poppy. It's the same thing. It's you can make heroin with the shit.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about
It's
with
the
the
same
medical
thing.
beast. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking
It's
about.
a
Yeah.
little round. It's a little round thing. You pop it open and shit, and it's got the shit in the inside. But like they are boil that shit too. So it's like that shit was it. But you know, like so the Aztec Mountains is Mexico. So you know they done upgraded and built a lot of shit. But in China, they still got original sources of natural shit. That's why they still got the trade. That's why they know they can say we ain't fucking with certain presidents and woo woo because every damn thing there is made in China. Your car parts, all kind of shit, compute everything damn there is. But the government use certain tactics because just like you just brought up China, they have population control. So if we can get people strung out on like a lot of people that was in the army, they come back, they fucked up, they put them on medicine, mostly opioids. They get strung out. Then they try to send them to rehab. They try to do this and they fuck people's minds up. So either you're gonna kill yourself or you're gonna overdose on the drugs or you're gonna do something crazy to try to get the drugs and be in prison. So the shit is all a setup. So now this fentanyl shit, they said, well shit, we can just get them motherfuckers this because they say they love themselves. Well, we gonna see how many people really love themselves after they find out this shit can kill them and then they gonna want it anyway. It's still population control. They still controlling the drugs coming over here. Who the fuck we know in China? Nobody. Nobody in on the north side of Tulsa, the east side, and all this shit that's brown. Don't know no motherfuckers in China to get no goddamn pure drugs and all that shit. So the fentanyl and all that shit, the government is involved because it's all population control. Who gonna want the drugs? They got rappers rapping about popping fake ass pills and lying and shit, and they putting that shit all out there. And now they got youngsters, young men and women believing that shit, popping these pills and not waking up, fucking their whole family up. Now they mama got to bury a child. So that's the fucking conversation with the Uno show. That's what I got to talk about. That's what I got to say today. Short, sweet, to the point. That's what I got to say, bro. Like this fentanyl shit, we got to kick this shit, bro. We got to figure out a way to change the narrative. Fuck the fake pills. Fuck that bullshit. Fuck selling fentanyl. Because if you're selling and you're going to get some money, that shit going to be gone in no time because that shit is a fucked up way to get money. So your money ain't going to last because you killed some people on the way to get that money that you trying to get. So all I got to say is fentanyl killer. Fuck fentanyl. Don't sell fentanyl. Don't do fentanyl. Keep fentanyl away from your community if you can. Keep that shit away from your people, your children, your children's children. Because some of us has got grandchildren, all that shit. People are losing their grandbabies and shit out here because their parent is reckless, young, and on these drugs, bro. On that drug, we done lost hella children in this city of Tulsa because the young parent, got fentanyl and shit out, getting high on that shit with foil. Kids is woke, you done dozed off. The shit sitting out. The baby's thinking this shit is some of that little powdery ass pink or purple or blue candy, that little shit you used to stick the little thing in it. They think that's some candy. They don't know what that shit is. And they getting the shit, putting in their mouth, eating it, and they dying, bro. And that shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool at all. Because parents is having to bury their children young. And then young ladies and men is going to jail because they parent got to bury their grandchild too young, 2 and 3 years old, 1 years old, just learn how to walk and crawl and all that shit and touching everything, putting everything in their goddamn mouth. And you high on this bullshit and fall dozing out, and then the baby get the shit, now the baby dead, and now your ass going to prison. So that should tell y'all right there, that shit ain't no good. Nobody don't need that shit. Fuck fentanyl. Don't do that shit. Don't destroy your life. If you do fentanyl, you don't love your motherfucking self. So if you do fentanyl, stay the fuck away from me and mine. And I'm gonna just put it like that for the world to know and see and all that shit. If you doing fentanyl, stay the fuck away from me and my children. Don't bring that shit around. Because if I find that shit around me, around any motherfucker I really love, and I find out who bought that shit around them, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, what's that? I'm gonna beat your ass. You don't love yourself anyway. I might as well get a switch and whoop your ass with a branch or something.
That shit hit
Please,
a lot of
my people.
people. That shit hit a lot of
Yeah,
people.
my people.
You know,
And then I be looking at that shit like it's females, young females I know, bro, and they've been around, and now I ain't seen them in a while. They didn't grew up, they didn't had a kid, and then the next thing I know, I see them motherfuckers on news break. I done seen like 2 or 3 little chicks that I know, seriously know, and like, hey, how you doing? They done smoked tree with me. And all this shit here, he want to hit this. Oh, they done bought tree from me when that shit was illegal. I don't give a fuck. It's over with. That's back in the day. But anyway, now they done had a child, and the child done got this shit and died, and now they're fighting a fucking case. That shit don't make no sense, bro. If you a young man and you got a baby mama, and maybe even if you like to do fentanyl, try to kick the habit. Or don't have that shit around y'all motherfucking kids. Take your kid to your motherfucking mamas or somebody that you know that ain't doing that shit house where they safe and go get high and fall asleep. I do that shit in the car and fall asleep outside in the car, freeze to death if you want to. Leave the baby in the house without all that shit sitting around because that shit is fucked up. For you to lose your child at a young age and you in fucking jail for your child dying. So now you in this motherfucker feeling all fucked up, looking stupid. People probably ragging on you and shit. When you go to prison, ain't no telling what the fuck they go. I don't know. They probably in prison on fentanyl. So shit. I don't know. I ain't tapped in with nobody on no female yards and shit. But like that shit gotta end, bro. People losing their kids, people losing their grandkids and all that shit, and then their kid is fighting the case, and they don't know if they want to help their kid or not because my kid was reckless and doing this bullshit and this and that and that and this, unless they the motherfucker that turned them on to the fentanyl. So if you're a parent and you turn your kids on the fentanyl, you need to be in prison. And I don't even wish that shit on nobody. I need to bust your motherfucking head. Something need to stop, bro. Something need to give, especially in Tulsa, bro. It's too many young, black, brown, African Americans, whatever the fuck they want to label his ass. It's too many indigenous brown people dying, and their children is dying because they're reckless with this drug that they think they want. That if you keep doing this shit too much, your body is gonna need that shit just like heroin. And that's what it was with the opioid pandemic back in the day from all the war vets and shit that was coming from overseas. Do your history on the opioid epidemic when all these people came back from the wars and shit. And see how many people killed themselves and overdosed on these drugs and all that shit and did crazy shit because they was in a war and they couldn't get these pills with these drugs in them no more because they say, oh no, you're abusing them and this and that and this. Then they run off in the goddamn doctor's office smoking everybody in there because they like, fuck it. I done fought for this country. I done did this. I done did that. Y'all done put me on this shit and it's helping me cope. And then y'all want to take the shit from me or give me a lower dosage. Then I got to take 8 of these motherfuckers instead of 2 or 3 like I was.
I don't mean to cut you off, but it was something you said about, the children, you know what I mean? And the children could pick the shit up. Same way children be picking up guns after they're shooting themselves when we see that shit going on.
Bro,
take this
bro,
shit
I just said, bro,
so
I know 3 females that I done seen on Newsbreak that I know personally. I know these people personally. I done seen 3 of them on Newsbreak. They 2-year-old child, 3-year-old child, then got into this shit. They didn't got high on this shit and dozed out. They left the shit sitting where the kid can get it. The kid got it and they try to rush the kid to the hospital. The kid died, bro. The kid is no longer living and the mamas is in jail and the mom and the boyfriend have been in jail in one of the situations and the baby daddy. Like, bro, I done seen this too many. I done seen this hell too many times, bro.
I got a mini clip I want to share with you real quick. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be nothing
This
to
shit's sad, bro. This shit just sad, bro. This shit been on my heart, bro.
Deputies in Alabama raced to save a 1-year-old who allegedly was overdosing on fentanyl.
Back up. How long has she been down? How long has she been down? Okay, everybody back up.
Body cam video shows the response. When a Jefferson County sheriff's deputy finds the little girl sprawled out on the floor, he tries to look for a pulse. Then he administers Narcan, a nasal spray to revive people overdosing on opioids.
Come on, baby. Come here.
It worked to wake the child up, but she was then rushed to the hospital where authorities say she was stabilized.
Yeah, bro, that shit ruthless, bro. That shit sad, bro. That shit sad and sickening, and that shit fucked up. That we supposed to protect the youth, bro. We supposed to set an example and all that shit. I ain't the best nigga in the world. I ain't the most law-abiding citizen in the world. I'm not looking for no goddamn Grammys.
Hey, quick
I know that
promo.
shit.
Quick promo. What's that reaction video you did with the jacker?
Mislead the youth with the evil tongue. Go check out the. Oh, they took it down. Well, go check out my nigga the Jack.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, you told me they took it down.
That's
But go
right. Yeah,
check out the song, the Jacker, Mislead the Youth. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be out here leaders, bro. Like, I wouldn't ever sell no drug that'll kill my motherfucking people. And if I did sell it, I wouldn't sell it to my people. Right hand to God, I wouldn't, because I don't want to take my own people out. I did enough stupid shit, fighting and gang banging with niggas when I was a kid in the '90s, and all that shit. Just it was a good thing that we wasn't just really out here just shoot 'em up, bang bang back then in the day like that. We'd knuckle up and brass knuckle a nigga down, might stab a nigga or something, but it ain't. We wasn't out here just bang bang shoot 'em up, shoot everything. Fuck, that wasn't going on. So I mean, nigga was reckless and did crazy shit, but I wouldn't ever in fucking a million years. I don't give a fuck. If fentanyl was the only drug to sell and I couldn't get a job, I sell dirt, nigga. And that's just real. I sell a motherfucker some dirt. I'm that good. But I ain't selling that shit. I ain't touching that shit. If you fuck with that shit and you see this and you got my number, take that motherfucker. Don't even fucking think about it. I'm cool. You don't even gotta call me. Unless you want some help and you don't want to fuck around, you need to try and do something different or something like, cause nigga, that shit is no good for the people. That shit is no good for the soul. That shit is no good for the culture. That shit is no good for the youth. That shit is no good for you. That shit is no good for anybody, bro. Like this is just some real shit. It always be some real shit when we on here, and when I'm on here, interviews and all that shit. But this right here is deeper than everything that I done been on here talking about. My interviews about my life and all that shit. You know, that shit got 200 and some views. This shit need to have 1,000 views. People need to know what's going on about the fentanyl. Get that shit out the community. Quit fucking with that shit. If you own that shit, try to quit doing that shit. You can reach out to somebody. Somebody can help somewhere, like bro, for real. Cause that shit right there, you gonna be fucked up if you gotta be like that woman that was just on that clip. You gotta call the fucking ambulance for your kid, and then you on these drugs, then your ass getting charged. Now you sitting in jail. You got a DHS case. You better be glad the kid live, because if the kid pass away, then you gonna be looking like some of these young girls down here fighting a fucking murder case, manslaughter, whatever they drop it to. You still got to live with that. You was out here reckless and you killed your own motherfucking child on accident. You got to live with that shit the rest of your fucking life. So might as well not even fuck around with that shit. If you know people that tell them don't bring that shit around, you don't bring it to your house, none of that shit, bro. Because what if they drop it? You got kids, they drop it, you don't know they drop the shit. Your kids find it, and then you don't even know what the fuck wrong with your own child. You know what I'm saying?
Something I want to
So
add on is
today's
that
message.
fentanyl is taking the lives at an alarming rate. You know what I'm saying? We were just looking at the numbers before we
Man,
started recording. You know what I'm saying?
man,
It's
hell,
hitting the
I'm rate
community
almost hit
hard,
100,000.
and it's hitting us the hardest. So this is not just a crisis. This is a call for action. Is what we saying. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah, the
We didn't
real
talk
ones,
about
real
the
people stand up, man.
We didn't talk about the dangers, the signs to watch for, and the importance of education and support. And I mean, like you said, if you got homies that's on that shit, homegirls that's on it, and y'all know they don't be sitting around watching your partner kill themselves.
Love yourself to love the next person. If you know somebody that do that shit, or you doing that shit, and you think you need that shit and you need somebody to talk to, Shit, nigga, leave a comment. You don't even gotta leave a comment. They can inbox you, bro.
Yep.
They can send you messages on her.
Yep.
Send my nigga a message or reach out to Facebook, nigga. Greenwood, Akono, Montgomery, bro. Like nigga, for real, bro. Like this some serious shit. This ain't no bullshit. Niggas ain't chasing clout out here. Niggas just always keeping it real. The homie got the knowledge for y'all that want to seek knowledge on all different levels. And then I'ma just keep this shit all the way like I do. I'm just a
But
street nigga,
also,
bro.
I
Like
mean, we got locations around the town. You know what I'm saying? Support those organizations that's working to fight these issues. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Dream Center,
because
whatever. The Goodwills, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's places.
whoever we can start one if y'all want to. What y'all want to do? Reach out to us. Shit, we can start our own. If y'all don't trust everybody else, shit, we can try to put it together. It
Also,
because this shit got to
my bad.
change.
My bad. I was just gonna say. Also, most importantly, you know what I'm saying? We can't be silent about these issues. We got to continue talking about them. That's the only way we're gonna be able to save
Yeah.
lives. Talking about it. You know?
So shit. When I pop up on her, I might talk about the shit again, and we might pull up some stats from today when we talked about it today in the beginning of 2025 on this 10th day of fucking January. And then we might see in 2 or 3 weeks or a month or how the shit looking in the first month of this year. But this shit gotta stop, bro. Like that shit is no good, bro. It is not no good for nothing or nobody, for real. Let the pharmaceutical people do the shit and put it in the drugs they need to put it in. Quit putting that shit in every drug. Y'all killing people. Y'all putting that shit in weed. Y'all putting that shit in PCP. Y'all putting that shit in meth. Y'all putting it in coke. Y'all putting that shit in everything. Motherfucker can't even do a drug without that shit being in it, or you being scared that it's in there
That's why.
because you don't want to do that shit.
And I was just gonna say that's
Go
why.
ahead.
I was just gonna say that's why we inspiring for change. You know what I mean? Because every one of us has the power to make a difference. Together, we can save lives and protect our communities and fight back against this epidemic.
Because it take a community, it take unity in the community.
That common unity, yeah.
That's why this is community. That's why this is community convo, and we have common issues.
hmm In order to come with,
We
in order,
all
we got to come with that unity. UNITY.
so 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 y'all even in Chicago that trying to push the peace change. You know what I'm saying? The brothers that's in other states, everywhere else, trying to do this and do y'all thing. Shit, we can make it statewide. We can all start locking in. Boom, we can all start trying to get together and push this shit all over the world for real. Like I'm gonna give another what you call it a promo. Y'all that's my age, y'all know about. We all in the same gang. You know what I'm saying? The rap all stars with Easy, MC Hammer, Humpty do the Humpty Hump, uh, Public Enemy. Just go check it out. We all in the same gang. They did this song in the fucking 80s. I think Ice T on there too. They did it in the 80s or 90s, trying to push the unity, push the peace, and bring all of us together because it strengthened numbers all over the world. Again, it strengthened numbers all over the world. So we gotta fight this motherfucking bullshit, fentanyl bullshit. We got friends, family members, and shit dying because they getting drugs and they don't know that shit is in there, or they getting hooked on this shit, fucking with people or whatever that don't mean them no good. So we gotta be willing to say fuck it, stomp down, and push the line like fuck that. Yeah, you don't need that shit. Or hit this blunt. You know what I'm saying? This shit legal. Do this. Let's go do something else. Let's go fishing. Get your mind off the shit. Do something else. Like you gotta be able to shake the demon, bro. That ain't nothing but a fucked up spirit trying to come hunt you down. And if you did something in your past and that's how you trying to deal with it, that ain't the way you deal with it. You gotta face the facts. It's facts over fiction. So if you still living in a fiction world, that's why you want to get high like this shit is a cartoon. This shit is real out here. It's real situations. It's real shit going on with everybody.
And I
So
want
the
to say,
only way we can try to
my
let me
bad.
just get this out. The only way we can overcome this shit is together. It takes a motherfucking village.
Indeed. And I
Nigga on
want
and
to
hit
say,
him with this.
before you end, you know what I'm saying? I want to say, like I said, this isn't just a problem. It's a fight for our future. So let's wake up and take action and hold each other accountable because the time is to act now. The time to act is now. You know what I'm saying? Not tomorrow, not next week, not in 2 months, not in 2026, not the same way
Not
y'all.
until you lose your best friend. Not until you lose your uncle, your favorite uncle, your cousin. Not until some drastic shit happen. A kid in your family got a reckless ass parent, and they get a hold to that shit, and you lose a 2-year-old. We just seen a 1-year-old on the goddamn ground on the news. So it's time to snap out of it.
And for real, man, I'm tired of this is a whole other subject, and like I said, I ain't gonna hold bros community convo too long, but the same way
Nah, shit. We
we lose a loved one, then we want to retaliate or we want to be good Samaritans and call the police. We want justice. We need to have that same energy towards our people when we on these pills and strung out on these drugs. We wasn't doing that when I was coming up. We wasn't. It wasn't all, man. We wasn't doing that, man. And I
You'll
leave my
go to court. You'll go to court. Back in my day, you'll go to court, bro. Like it's a lot of shit that go on nowadays that wasn't cracking. You wasn't cracking then. But it's a lot of sucker shit going on nowadays that's cracking. All this clown shit and all this foolishness is cracking. That shit ain't really what's cracking. We making ourselves look fucked up, look stupid. Like we a fucking clown show. This ain't no circus, bro. Like what the fuck, bro? You got to teach your kids different money management, credit, business, literacy. Like we got to get off our ass, bro. The cash, you can make the cash just come when you sitting on your ass if you know how to do things and speak with people. First, we got to kick this fentanyl shit out the door. We got to kick the bucket on that. And I'm gonna say it again before I go. If you do fentanyl, because I want y'all to hear this before this shit in. If you do fentanyl, you do not love yourself. So you cannot love anyone else. You have to love yourself first before you can love others, bruh. And if you do a drug that's deadly as that shit, you don't love yourself because you're putting yourself at risk of not waking up. And I mean that shit. This has been another episode of Community Convo, the Uno Show with Uno C, the real Black Wall Street, Greenwood Tosser 918. Leave your feelings on the sideline because shit get real and it's gonna get realer. And I know some of y'all gonna be in y'all feelings on this shit. So leave your shitty feelings on the sideline. And I'm out.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man.